Director and founder Just Joy, all the fellow educators, experts and participants dedicated to re-envisioning the future education of India. India stands at a defining moment in its educational journey today. As we envision the future, the goal for achieving 100% GR gross enrollment ratio in the secondary education by 2030 is not just a numerical milestone, it's a transformational imperative. At the heart of this transformation lies the National Education Policy, a forward-looking blueprint that aims to reorient, re-energize the education system to meet the demands of 21st century. On this momentous occasion, I bow in deep gratitude and reverence to Dr. K. Kasturi Raman, whose visionary leadership gifted the nation a forward-looking National Education Policy 2020, a policy that truly redefines the purpose and possibilities of education for 21st century. Its foresight has laid foundation for achieving the universal secondary education. Achieving 100% GR at the secondary level is a central target under this policy, requiring a radical rethinking, not reform but re-immersion, restructuring of how we view and deliver secondary education. Today, my talk will focus on exploring this restructuring and rethinking of the secondary education as a gateway to opportunities, bridging foundational learning and the higher education or vocational pursuits. Although we have implemented National Education Policy 2020, yet millions of Indian students, especially girls, children in the rural and marginalized communities, and those with the special needs, drop out after elementary level. While we have made commendable progress in universalizing elementary education, as Sanjay sir also said, gross enrollment at secondary level still lags. We are at 75%. And achieving 100% GR is not just about enrollment. It's about retention. It's about relevance. It's about results. We must ensure that every child not only enters the school but thrives through the secondary education, feeling valued, feeling inspired and prepared for life. NEP has already done this paradigm shift. This restructuring means going beyond these piecemeal reforms. To reverse secondary education is to fundamentally rethink, restructuring and realigning our educational priorities. It involves flipping the structures from one that enforces uniformity to the one that adopts diversity, that embraces diversity, from exam-centric to learner-centric, from rigid to flexible, and from exclusion to inclusion. Taking issues apart, there has been a paradigm shift in flipping the purpose and process of secondary education. Through school systems, we are moving ahead from rote learning to competency-based learning, from teacher-driven instruction to learner-centric environment, from examination-focused structures. Way back in 1938, that country requires education system that is deeply rooted in Indian culture and provide holistic, skill-based education committed to foster inherent potential that helps in developing creative pursuits in learner. What NEP 2020 is emphasizing, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan across the globe endeavors to promote with its firm belief in Sarv Dharm Sadbhav and Vasudev Kutumbakam. Global perspective. Therefore, implementation of NEP 2020 has not been a challenge for any Bhavan schools per se. However, 5 years on, with many of the implementation still remains uneven, varying widely across states. Digital access to bridge the urban and the rural divide. Empowering teacher is one of the most important factor that affects the 100% GR. Continuous professional development of teachers through Nishta, Diksha and other platforms. And I think CBSE and NCRT have gone a long way in shaping these modules, online modules, which are readily available for all the learners. Orientation in experiential learning pedagogy, moving away from lecture-based pedagogy, multilingual teaching and inclusive practices, incentivizing postings in remote areas. We're sorry that there's still a lot of shortage of teachers in many of the schools. Either they do not join their duties or they have some personal issues. So therefore, ultimately the loser is the student. So one of the important measure that government can think about is incentivizing the posting of the teachers and reduce administrative workload. I'm not talking in terms of private school. Many of the private schools also engage teachers in the administrative jobs. Okay.